Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. Everyone sick, make them pay with some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and hit talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
40 keys. What's up, y'all?
We got Schmitty on the ones and twos back there. Look, what's going on, everybody? This is a weird game to talk about here, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It doesn't feel like there's much to take from it. It feels like exactly what Josh said. You're just glad to get the win. But there's a few things that do stick out that we're gonna touch on, and not that this game was nondescript, but some interesting stuff. But I'm gonna turn it over to you, bro. Let's start with what stuck out the most in this game to you.
Stuck out the most. I don't know what stuck out the most. I think we've already got the wide receivers covered. We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. We've already got the safeties covered. We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. I think, what's funny? I ran a stat because, Josh Allen accounted for about 170 yards or something like that yesterday, 150 yards, something like that, total. Mm-hmm. And, this is the second highest time he's accounted. This is the second most games now where he's accounted for less than 200 yards in a game. So basically what I'm saying is this season he's got more games of less than 200 yards of productivity than any other season except for one. You want to take a guess what season that was? That he had the most games where he didn't really have 200 yards a game?
You talking about Josh?
Josh Allen.
2018? 20.
Oh.
2019? Where he didn't have 200 yards a game?
The most occurrences in one season where he didn't have 200 yards of total offense. No Bones got it. 2024 MVP season.
Wow.
So this year
he
is second to last year, but he also had some games where he did nothing, and we went 13-4. So where I'm going with this is it all can't be predicated or rested on Josh's shoulders, and we saw this last night. We've seen this 4 other times this season. We saw it 7 times last season. But what that means is the game plan has to be stout around him, And I think somebody on GR earlier said, we are not to be putting all this on Josh Allen when in actuality you have to put the onus on people around him. They were talking about the receivers, how Khalil Shakir once again leading receiver at 34 yards. We really didn't have a robust wide receiver performance again, but we still pull out the W. The onus is 11 men wide, 12 men wide, 13 men wide, whatever you're going to put on the field. And they all have to know this, that they have to play their 111, 112, 113, whatever it is, and then some. Because I think, for the fan, it's fine to say, as long as we have Josh, we're good. He's going to bring up the talent for everybody around him. But we've seen now, it's not necessarily the case. It's the fact that, Kevin Stefanski came out, what did he say at halftime yesterday? He said, they said, well, we got to stop 4. We got to stop 4. We got to stop 4.
You love it.
I love it, but but see what that does is that stacks the box, and what that does is that tells you who they're focusing on.
Yep.
So by virtue of that, that's when Kincaid goes off, when Knox goes off, when Palmer's supposed to go off, when whoever else goes off, Brandon Cooks. But it's like as soon as they don't do something or they drop a ball or whatever, they stop going to them. So yesterday, Jesus Shuttlesworth. Wait, what? Where was that? Oh man. Somebody said I was missing that. What's up, Tommy? But yeah, no, I mean, for me, watching yesterday was a game where contrary to popular belief, and Dan can attest to it in the Discord yesterday, I was never worried. Not even for a second was I ever like, we have people in there, I got to get drunk. I got to do this. I'm like, why? Well, what? We're good.
Right.
I mean, and this is no slight on Shedeur, but it's Shedeur. I mean, Shedeur ran that. That might be the thing that got me the most. He ran more than he's ever run. He's probably run more times in that game he's done through college and through the pro. Shedeur doesn't run.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to run. He's a pocket passer. He is very accurate, and in the NFL, it's not so. But yesterday they let him free. Rousseau missed a sack, and he wiggled free. I think he ran for 40 yards yesterday, 43 yards. But he's only got 120 something on the season. So a third of his rushing yardage out of 6 games was yesterday. So there's a lot of things that we can clean up. There's a lot of things that people will say, McDermott did this in the second half to second third, but I thought that Bobby Babbage was a defensive coordinator. I didn't see McDermott put the glasses on. Mm-hmm. I didn't see the call sheet out with McDermott. So I think when you put the slander on Babbage, you got to give him some praise too for kind of working it out. This is the Browns. Let's be clear. It's the Browns. Their defense, their offensive line is the second worst pass blocking team in the league. So that's not to take away from Rousseau. And that shows you what he can do, but it also shows you that he can't do it on his own. You have to have a guy who, like in Bosa's cases, first sack, Bosa filtered that sack to Rousseau. And I said in Discord, I said, this is how he got 15 and a half sacks in college. They filtered to him. The secondary, held up the little wide receivers long enough, the tight ends long enough for Rousseau to get free and get to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's never going to get there just on his own merit, but he's going to get there.
Yeah.
So you got to have everything else behind him and everything else around him playing up to snuff.
Albert says, I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to look at star players differently now. The way we game plan around Miles shows me that having a high floor is better than a high ceiling. Be careful what you wish for, because
how so? I'm curious how so, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just curious about how so.
Right. I think where you should land with that mindset is at certain positions. Right. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have a high ceiling as an offensive lineman. You don't have to have a high ceiling as a linebacker to have a long, successful career in most defenses. Right. But if you look at what we struggled with, pass rush, Greg Rousseau came through yesterday because we're facing a quarterback that holds the ball way too long.
And the offensive line that just lets him get hit.
Basically, right?
2.5 sacks is a lot.
Right. So he's either running for his life or there's some other deficiency that's leading to Greg Rousseau's success. This is a defensive end that has what, 4 sacks before this game?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it isn't like he was destined for some boom type of game. Like, we hadn't seen any evidence of that.
Honestly, I would say only because we've seen it before, I would say the opposite of what you just said. Only because he gets 7 sacks, but he's known to get 2 or 3 in a game and then disappear.
No, you're right. Yeah. No, you're right.
Because I looked it up. He's done it 4. He's had 2 or more sacks in 4 games. I'm like,
I guarantee it was against a quarterback like this or an offense like this.
Well, you saw it twice last year against Arizona and whoever else it was.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a great point. But my point in bringing that up is. Mm-hmm. There are certain positions like the one that Myles Garrett plays where having a high ceiling leads you into situations where another player on an opposing team, like a Josh Allen who has a super high ceiling, gets put into a position to get stuck at the 1 inch line.
Oh man, don't bring me back to that moment. That was a dark time for me.
I get it. But that's what having a high ceiling guy can do for you. He can wreck the game at any point in time and put the opposing team in a really bad situation. So just like, I get what you're saying, but just be careful with taking that and just broad spectrum spackling that all over your entire mindset on players in general, right? Because there's certain situations you can get away with that with. Quarterback is not one of them. You need a high ceiling quarterback. You need a guy that is able to give you the wild plays, whether it be here and there or consistently for guys like Josh Allen and some of the other quarterbacks that we've seen, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady in his time, Peyton Manning in his time. Like, you need that high ceiling for those guys to have something to grow into. You know what I'm saying? If you're stuck with Ryan, no disrespect, Ryan Fitzpatrick, your whole career as a coach, how far are you going to get? You know what I'm saying? Eventually teams figure him out and there's not very, much further to go from there. So that brings me to this next point.
Albert's fine. I was just saying, he said, I made sure to get here early. The Keon talk is going to be great. We'll get to that.
Yeah. That's where I was going next.
Oh,
so it's perfect timing. So it actually brings me to that point because I think the wide receivers in general have been the biggest talk about this game.
Yep.
Right. And that is one thing I wanted to make sure that we got to, but it just kind of naturally led here. So let's talk about it. Right. Thank you. So when we're looking at the game that the receivers had, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, when I did the pregame show with Tommy on Mafia Sports Report, we get the inactives and I see Coleman and Davis, and the first thing in my head,
weird.
Right, it was kind of weird, but then I thought about it for a second and I said, both of these guys are very limited in the route trees.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, they're probably going to be trying to do a lot with their receivers today. And when I reached that thought, I was like, I don't know if I recommend that.
No. There's no alternative on this team.
Right.
That's it, yeah.
Right. It's tight ends or bust. Like it's tight ends, running back, offensive line play, and Josh Allen making a few key, plays here and there with his legs. But your whole offense is right up the spine. That's it. Like that's where you live. And for you to have it in your mind that we're just going to spread these guys out,
you're not going to respect that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Mm-hmm. And it almost cost us the game. Realistically, if we're being honest, Quinshon Judkins doesn't get injured.
Oh, man.
Kiss the baby. Like, I'm sorry. The way he was playing in that game, to me, they couldn't stop him.
Yeah, I think what that would have to be is a duel of running backs. They went away from James Cook again in the second half.
Yes, they did.
And I said it was funny because at the end of the third quarter, he had 3 guys. And before the halftime, I said he's going to get 3 carries in the second half. Watch, and he had 3. I was like, don't do this. Don't be right. I think he had like 5, but it's like what? But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I guess the point that we're arriving at that I want to make sure to get out here is, if we're going to blame the offensive coordinator, I want to make sure we understand why. Because we can't go into this movement of get rid of the coordinator just for the sake of getting rid of the coordinator and thinking that another coordinator is going to come in here and completely just change the style of offense and he's going to be allowed to do whatever he wants. And like, let's be clear here. We've gone through 2 coordinators. Both guys were technically hirings from within. Because Joe Brady was the quarterback's coach before he got hired as OC, right? So I went back and I looked at the starting receivers that we've had over the years between Daboll, and then I kind of lumped in Dorsey and Brady together, right? And the best seasons for starting receivers under Daboll to this point, they don't really line up as all of them having better numbers than all of the receivers here. Right. Like the floor of production is a little bit higher for the spread of receivers that we have here. But I think right now, this instant right now, people would be willing to pay a high premium for somebody to have the kind of impact that we used to have from those 2 or 3 receivers back in the Daboll days.
That's a perfect thing because you think about what we're missing. We're not missing much. If you look at Joshua Palmer, somebody on the radio was like, why are we not talking about him? We are. We have been on this show. We've talked about Joshua Palmer and the gross over-evaluation, over-evaluation of Josh Palmer. He's a number 3. You know, you look at what he did in LA. He wasn't really that great. He was like that utility guy at the end of the starting 3 that was reliable and could get separation or use his hands, whatever, his body, whatever he could do. But he wasn't fast. He really wasn't dynamic. I talked about this. I ran the next gen stats on, and you guys said stats are stats, but I looked at the video too, and I said he's not really separating.
Yep.
He's just using his body. And so what I'm saying is, if you have Josh Palmer on the Z, we'll say, or the X, whichever one you want to, you still have to have that Diggs type talent next to him.
Yep.
But then again, that puts you into the thought process of, why did we get Josh Palmer and Gabe Davis? If we had Gabe Davis on a lesser contract, we would have been fine, because that's what you got in Josh Palmer. Because you still need the Diggs. You get Keon Coleman, but you still need the Diggs. You get Khalil Shakir, but Khalil Shakir is only going to help a tight end or one side of the field.
Yeah.
But you need the whole safety unit to rotate the one player. And still, through all that, this guy is still going to be the guy that's most dependable, the guy that knows open when you're in distress. I just got to find 14 somewhere. I got to find whoever somewhere, but we got to identify that guy. I'm tired of. I was watching the first end around play, the jet sweep, whatever it was. No, it was end around, double reverse to Isaiah Bond. Stop being cute. Stop being over. See, they want, what they want to do is they want to hit the culture thing, and they want to hit the we did our due diligence thing, all this stuff, and we stay away. But he was cleared. He was cleared, and he was available. But you didn't want the stigma, I guess. Did you try? Because I know they liked him at the combine, but then when all the stuff comes out, no, can't do it. But what did you do when he became available and was free of charge?
Right.
That's the kind of player that you need. Isaiah Bond is a route running guy. Say what you want about what he did at Texas, but if you watch what his skill set is, he's as close to Diggs as we would have had on his team right now. And that's what we're missing.
And we could have got him for what, a seventh round pick?
No, he was an undrafted free agent.
Oh my gosh.
Later. He was like in training camp later because he had to clear everything.
Yeah. So here's the other part of this too. The way that we're judging these receivers right now is in major part, I'll say it that way, in major part, kind of messed up, because they're in an offense that doesn't suit their skill set, right? When we're talking about Josh Palmer, we're talking about a wide receiver that needs to be in an air raid system. Mm-hmm. Same for Gabe Davis. Mm-hmm. Like his best numbers were in 2022, I believe. He had let me see here. Let me go back to it.
Yeah. It would be,
I think it was 2022, pretty sure.
Yeah.
So 2022, Gabe Davis went for 48 catches, 836 yards, 7 touchdowns. You know what the year 2022 was? Mm-hmm. That was Ken Dorsey's first year, still using Brian Daboll's offense, mm-hmm. right? So again, for reference, Gabe Davis's best season. Yep, that's what I had here. So Gabe Davis's best season, not in Brian Daboll's offense, would have been 20. Let's see, not in Brian Daboll's offense.
Not have been Jacksonville.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He got hurt that year too. So I mean, that's telling. That's very telling.
Yeah, and that's right now. That's the guy that everybody's like, well, why is he on the bench? Well, he's on the bench because he doesn't run a full route tree. On top of that, his best asset is when the play breaks down, he can get open for Josh. Mm-hmm. But that's not what you need going into the playoffs. You need scheduled play. You need timing to be down. You need a receiver to be able to get open within the scheme of the within the design of the play. Mm-hmm. Right? If your best attribute is, well, when the play breaks down, I could get open. Well, my dog, you can go help the other guys in film review.
Yeah, Keon can do that.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need to hedge all of our bets or put all of our chips in on you. You know what I'm saying? So I think a big part of this is we're putting receivers into an offense that doesn't jive with what they do best. But here's the other part of that. No matter who we bring in, the offense is going to be this. I think that's what I'm saying may sound crazy. Well, how can you say that when it's a whole nother OC coming in and he's going to bring his offense with him? Watch what I tell you. this team is not going to go above and beyond trying to find the next up and coming offensive coordinator. I'm telling you right now. They are not going to go above and beyond trying to find that next up and coming guy. The guy that they find is going to be another guy like Joe Brady, who's young, short in the tooth, and is kind of fresh, green. He's probably going to be a college guy that they're going to bring to the NFL and hope that he can do something.
Now, and this is where the fracture between me and you are, because I feel like if the owner was not lame duck and said, we got to get a GM, we're going to get a guy that get players that can work in your system, and you can't reign over him. You don't have domain over him, McDermott. He's going to get the guys because he has experience in scouting these guys. He's got experience in getting in the trenches with the pros that are coming in free agency, because the system is boring, but with imagine having a Stephon Diggs that runs a crosser or gets wiggle free, get open in this, and it's not
better players. Any system will work.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, it comes with somebody that can come in here and say, "This is who we're playing with. I know what you want. This is who we're getting."
Right,
and that's what we don't have. That's the fracture. We can live in both worlds here, and I know people don't like McDermott for whatever reason, but for me, I'm like, if you got somebody that says, you know what, I'm not afraid for my job. I'm not afraid for.
Well, who's that going to be?
Pegula got to open him up.
I'm telling you right now, based on the research that we've done, exactly, he's not going to. That's why I say you can't put it all on the OC. I get.
No, you can't. You're right.
Like in a traditional franchise where the hierarchy was GM, then head coach, then coordinators, then everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get rid of the OC, bring somebody in, because at the end of the day, the GM's going to be the one saying, "Yo, my man, why you keep going through OCs?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe the problem is you."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And before they even get to the point of saying maybe the point is you, they're going to investigate. Like, yo, come here for a second. Yo, why Sean keep going through OCs?
Mm-hmm.
He gonna talk to guys around the building that know what's up and figure out what's going on and be like, "Oh no, this is a problem. Sean, come to my office, please."
Yep, and he's the guy that's gonna sit in the interviews. He's the guy that's gonna say, "Oh, you like him? Why do you like him?" I'm gonna interview you. Why do you like him? Why is it this guy over point or person B? And Sean's got to answer to him, because guess what? Now you're not the guy. You're not him. You're close, but you're not the guy. And that's the controllership that we need to work on it. And I know people. I'm not going to jump on Bean and say you can't do the job, Tommy. But what I am going to do is say that the issue is far deeper than what people want to admit. People are now starting to move over to Pegula, but it's funny that when Kevin Adams gets fired, we're on a 6-game winning streak on the other side, and Yarmo is Kakalainen he's firing people. He's firing cats. Yeah. He's bringing in people. He says, "This is how I want it. I am in control."
Right.
And that's what we have to have. You got to have somebody that has experience, but somebody that they don't rule with an iron fist per se, but they have to have knowledge and the ability to do their job, which is not what we're going to have until their bosses, McDermott, and being their bosses had to look at the organization and say something ain't right.
So here's what I would say then, as my, like, the point that I'm probably going to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think you may agree with this.
I probably will.
I think we need, as a franchise, to arrive at the place where Bean doesn't have to go, because I don't want to lose Terry Gray.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to lose the scouts that have done such a great job drafting in rounds 4 through 7, but just establish him as a traditional GM position. Yep. Just like let Brandon Bean like actually preside over Sean McDermott and govern Sean McDermott. And I think we'll see a much better product on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Not that what we've seen so far hasn't been good, but it hasn't reached the potential that I believe exists in these players and in the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think if Sean McDermott didn't have to worry so much about running the entire franchise, he would probably be a much better coach. But because he's got to be the face, because he's got to be he's got to govern and manage everything. I don't know if he wants that or if that was just given to him, but based on the reports, he has some narcissistic tendencies.
Oh, for sure. And
you know what I'm saying?
The reason why that doesn't bother me is because those are usually the guys that succeed. The ones that are cocky, egotistical, and narcissistic. It's got to be my way. I know what I'm talking about. They're the ones that are CEOs. They're the ones that run Fortune 500. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I don't want to work for him, but I know he's going to get me to the promised land, except when he's not. except when he's not. So, like you said, I like that point, and I would like the chance to see what Brandon Beane really has. I would like the chance to see what he does with his scouting crew, and we could also say by the end of the day that is without a doubt Brandon Beane, without a doubt Sean McDermott, and that's got to come from up here, not those two. Those two can think they're good. Because think about it, when you're in grade school and the teacher's going, you got a substitute. Everybody's like, ha ha, free day. I do what I want. They don't know what they're talking about. And that's what it is with Pegula. He's like there in name. He's there in money. He's like a philanthropist even. He doesn't do anything. He just, here's the money. How much am I making? Blah, blah, blah. So when you give somebody that's never done a job before, you give somebody, both guys, never done a job, give them some guidance. Help them out some. And Pegula wasn't in a position to do so. He just fell into Jarmo Kekalainen, and we need to find one of those guys on the Bills side, because the time's of the essence. You got James Cook, who's looking at maybe getting a rushing title, and then you got Josh Allen, who's Josh Allen. All you need is that third figure. All you need is that third figure on offense. Defense, Sean, he needs time to figure that part out because it's working, but it's not pretty.
He just needs better players.
He needs better players. He needs somebody to find those better players and do what he wants to do.
That's it. Yep. Thank you. That's exactly right. Yeah. If you put somebody over Sean that can just do what they did in Carolina, like, yo, here, just take these players and put them into your system and you'll be fine.
I'm about to bless you. Here you go.
Right. Mm-hmm. What did I do with that comment? Where'd it go? Okay. Roloff says Brady leaves is gonna be Ronald Curry.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I mean, the only other guy it could possibly be right now is the offensive line coach Aaron Kromer. Mm-hmm. If we're talking about down the line, somebody mentioned earlier the offensive. Let me see, what's this guy's name? Mark Lubick,
the passing game coordinator.
Yeah, he's the passing game assistant
from here,
passing game specialist.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He's a passing game specialist / game management coach.
The funny thing is, I've never heard of him before. So imagine him being an OC.
Yeah. So a little bit on Mark Lubick. For those of you that don't know who he is, he's the son of Colorado State coach. What's the coach's name? Shoot.
Colorado State.
Yeah. Who's Colorado State's coach?
Hold on a second, I'll find it.
All right. So he let me see. He was a wide receivers coach at Colorado State. And then he went to be their tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator. He was an offensive assistant with the Texans. Then he became their assistant wide receivers coach. He went to Vandy and became their wide receivers coach with the Broncos. He was assistant wide receivers coach. And then with the Bills since 2017, he's been 2017, he became the Bills offensive quality control and assistant quarterbacks coach. 18 and 19, he was the offensive assistant and defensive special projects, whatever the hell that means. And then from 2020 to now, he's been game management and assistant wide receivers coach. Okay. It's kind of an interesting road he's been on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's wide receivers coach at Vandy, becomes assistant wide receivers coach in Denver. Then he comes here as offensive quality control. I mean, that's kind of a fall from grace, going from wide receivers coach at Vandy to assistant wide receivers coach in Denver, and then you basically starting from scratch here. Mm-hmm. That's kind of weird. I wonder if there's something in his history that's off.
Is he related to Matt Lubick?
Matt
Lubick was the offensive coordinator, tight ends coach, University of Kansas, University of Nevada, Reno, Duke.
Sonny Lubick.
Okay.
Is his dad.
Okay.
Yeah. So former Colorado State football coach, Sonny Lubick, brother of University of Kansas co-offensive coordinator.
I want him here.
Matt Lubick?
Yeah. Why?
You might be able to get him. They got his brother.
Well, the reason why is because you know who their head coach is.
Who?
The guy from UB. What's his name? I'm having a brain fart. hold on. I got it. His name is Lance Leipold. The guy that was the pedigree from Division III went to UB, turned but see, the thing, when I think about Leipold's Kansas offense, it reminds me of your guy, Ben Johnson. Very creative, uses what you got. They're not highly skilled, but they have multiple ways of skinning the cat. They have a quarterback who's and you give a guy like that, Josh Allen, you give a guy like that, a couple of wide receivers that are decent, James Cook. I mean, the sky's the limit. And that's the kind of guy I would like to have as our offensive coordinator. I would like to have Lance Leipold to be, a head coach from college to be an OC in the pros. That's a nice little upgrade. But I would love to have somebody that's forward thinking like that and not stuck in the old days.
I hear you.
It's not gonna. I know it's not.
And the way it sounds, I would like that too. But I think Ronald Curry is in the way.
Oh, Ronald Curry is definitely good.
Definitely in
either him or Cromer, one of the two.
I think it's gonna be so. When you pull up Curry's Wikipedia page here, he played for the Raiders, the Lions, the Rams. His career, he had 193 receptions, 2,347 yards, and 13 receiving touchdowns. Those that can't do, teach. So he went on to the San Francisco 49ers from 14 to 15. He was their offensive assistant. For the Saints, he was an offensive assistant from 16 to 17. 18 to 20, he was wide receivers coach. He became the quarterbacks coach for the Saints in 2021. 22 to 23, he was the Saints quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator, and now he's here as the quarterbacks coach. So he's been on one specific track, and if I'm looking at a resume, I'm probably going with this before I go with anybody else. If I got this guy in-house and my name is Sean McDermott and I'm looking at who I want to bring on that's going to do what I want to see on offense, this is going to be the guy probably.
Yeah, no, Iro said, I doubt Cromer is going to be a head coach or OC. Okay, he's not going to be an OC. He's going to be he's like Spags.
Appreciate you, Vu.
Wait, what happened?
Super chat.
Thank you very much, sir. I gotta say it.
Pagulas.
Who we on today, guys?
As usual, Pagulas.
Right. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I know, the game, but I mean, look, the talk the rest of the season is gonna be, look at the success that the Sabres are having now that they've moved some things around with their hierarchy and put people in place that are willing to do what it takes to win.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got whatever his name, Kekalainen in there, like really moving people around, getting people out of there, like roster surgery. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You have to have people in place that have not just the knowledge, but the guile, the courage to just take chances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like firing somebody is taking a chance,
right?
Because they're already doing the job. The second you let them go, that you're at a deficit, right? Now you got to try to fill that position. That's a huge risk because if the person you hire doesn't do well, that reflects terribly on you. I've been in that position before. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So kudos to Pegula for finally doing something that seems to have greatly helped the Sabres.
Right.
Can we get some kind of love like that with the Bills? You know what I'm saying? Because, we've kind of had this conversation before, mm-hmm. but if the Bills don't make the Super Bowl this year, and it sucks saying it because Josh is going into the playoffs this year with much less talent than he's ever gone into any playoffs with. From a defensive standpoint and an offensive standpoint, this is the most depleted team he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what works in his favor is pretty much every other team not named the Jaguars. It looks pretty depleted right now.
Oh man, what did Houston do against Vegas yesterday?
Yeah, they struggled. They struggled, right? I mean,
it can be done.
Jacksonville made Denver look like children. You know what I'm saying?
It can be done.
Right.
Watch that Houston game.
I didn't.
You know I tapped. you know I tapped.
I was watching Red Zone, and I swear every time they tuned into that game, CJ Stroud realized that the refs were just calling everything, and he would overthrow Nico Collins 10, 15 yards and they'd call pass interference, even though it was uncatchable. I was like, oh my goodness.
I felt so bad for you because you were in Discord talking about the games. I'm like, I need to turn the game on so you can have somebody to talk to. Because I'm like, I'm watching Netflix and all this stuff, and he's talking about football. I'm like, the Bills are done, right? Or, but nah, it's all love. I saw you, Dan. I'll get in there one day and catch up.
Yeah. John, what's going on? Says they are in desperate need of faster linebackers that tackle very well in space. I'll say this. They need just about every position to be faster and be able to tackle in space.
I think the linebacker position, they might play slow because of the defense. I think they're thinking too much. Like everybody says, the defense thinks too much. But I think more so, I'm actually of the mind that we need our linebackers to be bigger. We need bigger linebackers because we see we're not penetrating in the middle with Deion Walker and holding forward with Deion Walker and whoever's next to him. 75 and 72 on the field yesterday drove me absolutely nuts. I'm like, what the hell is this going on here? Why is Marcellus Wiley back in Bills colors? Oh, that's not him. Never mind. That dude is not here. But yeah, I think for me, I'd rather see some size, a linebacker that people actually are like, oh, that's really a linebacker. You know, I mean, it's not going to be Ray Lewis. It's not going to be, even Edmonds, but Tremaine Edmonds. But you got to have somebody that actually can sit in the middle and make his mark known. And that's what we're with this 4-2-5 thing. If we don't get out of that, you're never going to see that kind of linebacker.
Yeah. Well, the 4-2-5, I'm starting to think is not the biggest problem.
No, it's not.
Because when you look at, the Texans run 4-2-5, but they do it with a safety as
that's
as
what I'm saying. You're just not going to see that big linebacker or whatever. You're going to see what you see now. Right. If you have non-aging players there, it works. Milano's over 30 or over. You got Taron Johnson who's close. You got you have a lot of guys injured. Shaq Thompson don't help you none at 32, 34, whatever he is. And you just got to get younger. You got to get guys that move. You got to get guys that can be those guys for the future. And we're still looking or not. There was a comment there I was going to start with. You could go out. I was going to let you cook, but I think it's this one here.
Yeah, go for it.
It said, I don't think Bean is going to allow McDermott to hire who he wants. See, that's where we got it. I'm with you.
Well, hold on. You know what solves this one? Where is it? Somebody said it already. Where is it? Where's the one that I started?
It's blue. Well, actually, go to start. It's the tab up top. Right there. You click that and boom.
Nope. That's not it. Somebody said it, but basically, because I'm not finding it fast enough. Somebody said Sean hired Bean.
Yep.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like, Bean's not going to be able to do anything, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nuts and bolts of it, and it's you got to be careful with that when you're a Pagula owner or something. You got to really vet your character. And if McDermott's really a narcissist, you can't allow him to hold domain over somebody that makes all these kind of decisions for his roster.
Yeah.
Because the GM has to know something that the head coach doesn't know, and if the head coach doesn't trust the GM, it's just not going to work. And there's a reason why he doesn't trust Bean, or there's a reason why he won't let Bean do his own job. They're not on the same page, and we've seen this for a while now. They're just not. It's just now the layers are being pulled back, and now we're starting to see the chinks in this McBean armor for what it is.
Yep. Roy says, realistically, what are the odds Brady is actually gone next year? What you think?
It's a good chance. It's a very good chance. With college, you got college head coach in Carousel. You're going to have some NFL teams that really need a head coach. So he's going to get some interviews. He's not going to turn them down again, I don't think. Unless for me, he's like McDermott or like Bean. Are you still on board? If I really believed in myself and I hated it here, I'm out of here. My name is still good. I'm out of here. So that's what lends me to know that Bean is okay with how he's being treated. That's what lends me to know that Bean is okay with the way things are going. Even if he doesn't agree with everything, he's okay. Joe Brady, if he's okay with getting his offensive philosophy, his offensive brainchild destroyed every week, that tells you he's okay with what they're doing. And that's a problem for me as well.
Yep. Let me see. Okay, so I thought this was a great point. Walter says, say what you will about Doug Whaley, but if he had Allen, the last thing we would be worried about is putting talent around Allen. Not saying I wish we had Whaley, but I miss his aggressiveness. I'll do it for you, bro. I wish we had Whaley.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I wish Terry Gray, to me, if he had the job, Doug Whaley 2.0.
Yeah, it's the same kind of guy because Willie got off on scouting. He wasn't a great GM, but he got off on scouting.
Yep.
So yeah, Terry Gray definitely would be Willie 2.0, and hopefully, with the scouting background, he has a better eye than Willie did. But Willie was not afraid to fire on all cylinders until he got his guy.
Why, boo? Leave my coach alone. Please don't start. Not today. Not today. Why?
We're not.
Because they won. Because they won.
We're I'm literally making a case for McDermott being fine. I'm not starting on him. It's just the things that are happening behind the scenes that are not allowing him to be his best self is what we're talking about. I'm not worried about any game plan thing he did. I'm just trying to figure out how we can get better in what we have right now.
Yeah. Roy says Bills winning 3 road playoff games probably isn't in their repertoire. You know what's funny about that? The Bills are what, 500 this season in away games for the most part.
Yeah,
I think they're like 4-4 or something like that.
Somewhere close.
The places that they're gonna have to play, they already won in New England, right? What other places? They won in Pittsburgh. That's another team they'll probably have to see. So Pittsburgh, New England, and then you're probably looking at Jacksonville being the only other place you have to go to get to an AFC Championship game. I would take the Bills' chances in Jacksonville. It's going to be warm. You can pass the ball. Won't be a ton of wind. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about that is, Houston's offense, Albert, I don't think like their offense has been putrid.
Yeah.
All season long. Their offense has been absolutely disgusting. And I blame DeMeco Ryans for that because listen, he wanted the same things that Sean McDermott wanted. He wanted a West Coast system, he wanted efficient passing, he wanted a strong run game. He's got none of that right now. Like, at least Sean McDermott was able to find somebody good enough to do that.
Sivu?
I can't give compliments.
I know you're not. I gotta check you there.
Right. But what they've done after firing Bobby Slowick has just been absolutely egregious, and I feel so bad for CJ Stroud. But they're not against us, but that roll up. I mean, you got to let the folk know. It's the defense. It's the defensive scheme and the lack of talent on defense that causes everybody we play to have successful days against us. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, what did he say? Not against us. What?
It's more about being on the road 3. Well, again, we're 500. We've won 4. We lost 4.
If you tuned into that game,
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry.
They actually used their running back.
Didn't I say that?
We abandoned Cook that game. Genty had his best game of the year in the pass game and in the run game. He looked unstoppable against them. They're used to teams wanting to pass on them.
Yep.
Yeah, you chip. Your running backs are your best asset. Jackson Hawes in that Houston game used the correct way.
Yeah.
Jackson Hawes is damn near right tackle.
In this game.
He's damn near left tackle at this point.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean,
buddy.
If there's one draft pick, then I'm like, what? And then I see this guy, like, it's Hawes.
Right. I'm glad they got him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, we need a blocking tight end, but we have. See, my mind was like, we have Kincaid, but Kincaid keeps getting hurt. Who's his replacement? Oh, we got Quentin Morris. Oh no, we don't. So what are we gonna do? Jackson Hawes is fine.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Yeah. Mo says Bills only have 3 losses on the road, not 4. So okay, listen.
Yeah, somewhere somewhere around
Done deal.
That was off the.
That's better.
The wall.
That's better than 4 losses on the road. I'll take it. Houston's offense again. Right. That's the key. Daquan says I hear weekly talk about Bean and McDermott not being on the same page. Gentlemen, we need to change the whole book. We already know how the present book ends. Unfortunately, that's why we get to talking about Pegula as much as we have recently.
Yeah, he's doing this. He's pinning the book. He's pinning it. You know,
Yeah.
how is he going to end the story? How is he going to continue the story? We know the story, you know, and I think we need to shift the narrative and stop leaning on, well, we don't have to stop leaning on McDermott or stop leaning on Beane if that's your fancy, but we really need to point to where this really stems from. It stems from their bosses. Their bosses what allows them to run the asylum. Somebody's got to rein them in and say, guys, we have a product. We have a winning product here. Why can we not get over the hump? What can we do to fix this? Yeah. You know, with the money constraints, we can't do much. Do I need to hire more coaches? Do you need more scouts? Do you need more? Because he can hire staff out there. But
you can say the word.
My mom, they might be watching.
Okay. All right,
yeah,
softy.
But you can hire your staff. You can hire anything you want except for the actual roster. So what McDermott, what Pegula has to do is get with his guys in the office, and I know he's not. Does it look like he is? Does it? They out there doing the best they can according to their own thought process, their own values, their own morals, their own beliefs. So I'm not gonna dog them for what they're doing because they wholeheartedly believe in what they're doing. Trust me, McDermott believes in what he's doing.
Yep.
He said, "This is how we will win. I guarantee it." Beane said, "Keep kicking the door. I guarantee it." I don't have time. I was just 20. I'm 41 now. I don't want to be 62. I don't want to keep going. My time is running out.
Bro, tell me about it. Thank you. Just one in my lifetime. Please, just one in my lifetime.
Daquan, I have been saying that to my buddies forever now.
It says, are we as fans together enough to do a march or something downtown Buffalo to get the attention of, if not the Pegulas, the NFL? They hate negative publicity.
No, we gotta march to the new stadium.
Man, yeah.
Downtown's not good. We gotta go to the new
stadium. Pick it in front of the stadium or something. Yeah. Well, that might be a little troublesome because that's public property. I mean, technically, they can kick us off and nothing we can do about it.
We could go on Abbott Street, right on.
Yeah.
You're just walking by.
Do it across the street.
There you go.
Yeah, but those people might kick us off too.
Be like this.
I'm not trying to get jumped by Bills fans, bro. Because most people that go to the games, they like the stuff we talking about. They don't even think about this. No. They go on just to have a great time and enjoy the atmosphere and watch the Bills win. You know what I'm saying?
Every year is our year.
Yeah, right. And this is what the Bills are profiting off of.
Yeah.
Roy says, as an eternal pessimist, I have a hard time believing this team can win 3 road games in a row.
We get it, Roy.
Yeah,
we get it. Okay.
But I like this point though. I like this point from D. If your team is the real deal, it shouldn't matter if you're on the road or not. I think.
Yep.
Keep in mind the Bills have been number 2 seed, number 3 seed. Like we've had to go on the road, twice in the play. I mean, aside from going to Kansas City. It was Kansas City. Who else do we have to go? Oh, Houston. Houston, right? Both of those instances, the Bills played a great game. You know what I'm saying? Like every time we went to KC, we played a great game. The worst game we played was 2020. That's the worst it's ever been.
Right.
Houston, we had that game. In my opinion, the refs took that game from us. And I'm not usually a proponent of using that as an excuse, but I'm sorry that team with all the deficiencies that we had going into Houston and defensively just putting it down on Deshaun Watson in that offense, that crackback block call or whatever it was at the end of that game, man, missed me with that.
What, I was on Cody Ford?
Yeah,
that was weird. Nobody understood it. Cody Ford's like, what?
Right.
That
was like the first year they invented the crackback block penalty in the first place.
It sounds like, look here, guys, this is the rule. Yeah. Sal, no, you learned it with us. Look here, guys, this is the rule. If it's going towards the no.
Vu says, I mean, no disrespect, but who's the new guy? So Schmitty is our new producer. He like I said at the beginning of the show, he's on the 1s and 2s, so he's in the booth. Schmitty, I don't know if you want to say hi to the people. There you go. So he's in the booth there, and he works the cameras. He monitors the chat there. He does a lot of stuff for us. So we're very grateful to have him. But yeah, that's the new guy. Okay, Schmitty replied. Yep.
Oh man, I agree. Road does not matter. I lost a fist fight 3 times. The same guy at his house, my house, and the house of God. Well. You probably want to be friends with Guy. That's your new buddy. He's an ally now.
3 times to the same guy, man.
Hey, that's your moxie. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, like I understand one rematch, but a third, like, man.
No, he's like, I ain't wanting more.
No, like the reason I'm saying, man, is like you gotta really not like the person, like severe, like down to your soft tissue. You gotta hate this dude to want to fight him a third time after you lost twice.
I don't even like my bones.
I hate your grandchildren that ain't even been born yet. I hate you so bad. I'm gonna fight you a third time after losing. Like that's real hatred, bro.
That's a lot of hatred.
Boo,
what did we say about the coach? What the hell, boo? What did we do?
What did Smitty say? What'd you say?
He said
he's telling me to tell you to back off on coach, but he don't know that I feel the same way.
You know why do you think he's here? we couldn't have a McDermott lover in the house. No.
Why you think Mike Rich ain't here?
My gosh. I wanted to get to these. The Houston game was a long time ago. I know. You might as well throw that game out. Not necessarily. See, here's the thing. History serves a role in literally everything we do. Nothing we do just completely disregards history. There's history to be captured in every moment of every day if you're paying attention and if you know enough history. So I can't throw that game away because at the end of the day, I know that my head coach is drawing his playoff experience in part from his experiences in that game and others. That's what you do in the NFL, right? Part of gutalytics and part of, man, I got a feeling about this situation here is what's happened in the past, right? In these situations in the past, I've experienced this happening. So I'm going to either do something different than what I did at that point that didn't work, or I'm going to do the same thing as I did at that point, which did work.
Mm-hmm.
We as human beings, that's our nature.
Right.
We draw on experience, the past, in order to make future decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We educate ourselves as much as possible, and then we go. So,
I mean, I think this iteration of the Bills would not be so without that kind of performance against Houston, against the Jaguars when we played them with Tyrod Taylor. McDermott had to learn what it takes. He had to learn the environment. He had to learn the stakes.
Yep.
And in the Houston game, Josh Allen had to learn the stakes. He had to become a man in that game. And you saw in the beginning of the game, he was timid. Go watch the game. Go watch the pregame. He was timid. His eyes told you he wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. But by the time he got into it, he started to kind of slide into it. And then he started to feel himself. And then the next year you see Josh Allen. That was, what was it? The next year was 2020, right? That was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 2020, you get Stephon Diggs, and you get was it? I think that was
the iconic photo, AFC Championship, him looking on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, but see, you learn. And then what should have happened was, okay, we got Diggs, but we need another guy like that. We don't need to stockpile Gabe Davis's and Keon Coleman's and these kind of guys. We need the guy who facilitates those guys being successful. You know, when you talked about earlier, Gabe Davis being a limited route tree and being a 4-6 or whatever, 4-5, and Keon Coleman 4-6. Guess what they still did? They stretched the field. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think somebody earlier said, do we know if Josh wants an air raid system? I don't, honestly, at this point, I don't even care what Josh wants because Josh is going to do whatever. He's going to run whatever they want to run. We've seen that before. Josh has ran the Earnhardt Perkins. He ran the 12. He ran Everybody Eats. He's run, you know, and is he great in all of them? No, but he's going to do it. And he's not going to complain. He's going to work it as best he can. But you got to prove to him that it's going to work. And if you have somebody that can market something that will work, you're going to be off to the good. He believes. I think Josh Allen really loves Buffalo. Josh Allen really loves the organization. He really loves the culture. He loves the people he's around. And if somebody takes the time to explain to him why it's good for him, he's going to listen.
Right.
It's got to work, but he's going to listen.
Bro, we got to move on to James Cook. We'll be here forever talking about Sean McDermott.
We're talking about Terry Pegula. We're not talking about McDermott. We're talking about Pegula. No.
Preach.
I mean, you dang, Diggs to the whole
Vu, don't get us started.
I don't like him no more. Sorry, not sorry. You don't like, okay.
Okay, you know what? Fine. You want to play that role? Here we go. Defense killed us in the past in the playoffs. Who runs the damn defense, Vu? Whose defense is it, Vu?
Yeah,
who's picking the players, Vu?
Checkmate.
Defense killed us in the past, but you want to talk about like Diggs is a whole bitch. Like, stop with the foolishness, bro. We not Diggs is off limits on this show. Diggs is absolutely off limits. Period. I know absolutely everything that happened in that situation. It ain't Diggs' fault at all. Say what you want. Iro says, remember the time the Chiefs stole our slogan and changed it to everybody gotta eat?
Yep.
He said always, but it's everybody gotta eat.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they paying for it now. I think there was some kind of curse attached to everybody eats that hit them as soon as they try to steal our stuff. Yeah, everybody got to eating, and somebody ate up that ACL from from Mahomes.
And speaking of which, big news! I don't know. Did you see it?
Shane Buechele.
Oh, Dan, you messed it up for me. I had a whole lead up, but yeah, they took him off our practice squad, so we have no quarterback. Wherever we practice squad.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay.
So Buechele is out of here. He's gone, but forgotten. Yeah. So James Cook.
Yeah, James Cook, bro. The season he's putting up now. I said this a couple of weeks ago that Brandon Beane. It's conceivable that Brandon Beane doesn't lose his job based off the strength of hiring the two best players this franchise has ever seen. And when I said it then, I thought about it afterwards, and I had to, like, I needed to make sure I didn't have to qualify that. And I'm like, James Cook, yeah. The season he's having now, the season he had last year, leading the league in touchdowns. Thurm never did that. OJ led the league in yards. I don't think he ever led in touchdowns, though.
OJ's a creature, so we don't take him off the table.
Right.
He's a creature.
Right. And I mean, to be perfectly honest, I think James Cook with maybe another year or two is like there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, like literally 1,500 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, he finally steps into the role that we've been saying since last year. This is why you pay him, because you give him the extra. He was playing 50% of the snap, less than 50% of the snaps the previous 2 seasons, putting up the numbers he put up.
And now he's 13 carries short of 300 carries. And he's averaging over 5 a carry.
5 a carry, bro. He leads the league in yards. What is it? Yards before contact.
Well, yeah, he leads with the fewest.
Yeah, the fewest yards before contact per rush at 2.1.
Mm-hmm.
He can't even get a full it's just barely 2 yards.
And that's what drove me nuts about the call, Dan. What we're gonna talk about before the guy's like, well, the offensive line is. I'm like, man, shut your ass up. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? You got a guy who they said on the radio, I think he said 1.3 yards for something. He's 2 yards before contact. I mean, he's not getting free reign. He's not getting these huge gaps. His vision is elite. His patience is elite. I mean, his stop when it. I mean, they talk about Bijan. The guy says he doesn't have the physical attribute. What the freak does that even matter? We just poo-pooing it be your own people. I wrote that down. It be your own people. Because all you're trying to do is try to justify why he wasn't supposed to be the number one receiver, number one running back. You're trying to justify why he's not Bijan, why he's not Jameer. Guess what? Newsflash, Jameer is not the bell cow back in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Jameer is the sweetener. They have a guy that pounds you in the sand, and then Jameer runs around you.
That's it.
James Cook ain't got none of that. Give him Montgomery. No, don't do that, because that takes his carries away when he's averaging 5 yards a carry.
Yep.
Don't do that when that takes his touchdowns away. When he's got 14 or 12? What does he have now? 12?
Touchdowns?
Yeah, rushing touchdowns, 12.
I'll tell you right now. I got his stats up here. He has. Oh shoot. He has. What's his total number? Here it is. He's got 12 touchdowns.
12 touchdowns rushing. So what we're doing right now is essentially trying to say he doesn't fit the looks test. And I'm so tired of the same Bills fans that say that about James Cook are the ones that tell us we don't know what we're talking about, because we're saying this guy it doesn't have to have this attribute. He doesn't have to have that attribute to be great. You have to look outside the box, because other teams are doing it. They're saying Xavier Worthy was too small, but I bet Xavier Worthy would have been better for the offense than Josh Allen and Keon Coleman is. Has he gotten seriously hurt yet?
Yeah.
I mean, no, nobody. The guy can play. If you can play, you can play. Tez Johnson, how fast is he? Not that fast. How big is he? Not that big. He doing his thing though in Tampa Bay.
That's right.
So we pass on Tez Johnson in the 4th, 5th round, whatever it was, because he doesn't fit the looks test. He's too small. Deion Walker, he's a ballerina. He can't anchor. What would it look like if he did that somewhere else? What would you have said then? Because there's always somebody saying, this guy can't do this because of that. This guy can't do that because of this. Give him a freaking chance.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in the right scheme and see what they can do. Don't poo-poo him before you give a shot. And that's what Whaley, that's the thing Whaley would do. Whaley would give you that shot. He might give too much for a player that he really, really, really wants. And then when it doesn't work, he's like, you know what? Next.
Yep.
He doesn't sit on somebody because he's got a point to prove. He's like, you know what? I'm going to find another one. That didn't work. Next. I can't get rid of him, so he's a backup. Next. And that's what you have to do. Yep. So that's what we need from our GM. That's what we need from our back office. And I'm glad James Cook can now be a testament to people to say, just because he didn't look like the person that you want doesn't mean he can't be better than the person. Because there's some people out there, he ain't no real, not MVP, offensive player of the year. He ain't no real running back of the year. He ain't no real running league leader. Right now, there are people saying he's the best running back in the league. There are people saying that in the nation.
You hear what Joe DiBiase said about his contract?
Oh, boy. Oh,
One caller was talking out there like, oh, I'm so glad that we signed him in the offseason. We didn't have to deal with anything.
Mm-hmm.
We have him. And Joe is just like, I don't think it would have made a difference.
What?
Mm-hmm. He's like, he would have played. It would have been fine. That didn't make a difference at all.
Yeah, and then your boy wouldn't have. We did Rob Cook, and your boy would have asked for $17 million.
Right. And then everybody at that point, oh, you can't pay him now. Okay, the price is just gonna keep going up,
going up and up and up.
The more you let him play, he's only gonna get better.
Bean did the right thing for the team,
exactly.
And I don't think Bean really wanted him. Honestly, I think McDermott wanted. Honestly, I think McDermott wanted him. I don't think Bean even cared. I think McDermott said, "You know what? I want to run in game. This is our guy." Bean's like, "All right." Come on in, James. Come on. All right.
Well, that probably happens because Bean's looking at the numbers like we just can't afford it. We can't afford to do that and go get the receiver help that Josh is going to need the following season. Like, this is a nightmare.
He's like, Overdorf, can we? He's like,
from like 4 rows back, 4 desks back, he pokes his head up. Right.
Well, that's the thing about that is Vu said maybe even 20 million. But see, the thing about that is, and Vu, you're right. Maybe he would have. But the thing about that is, how do you explain Josh Palmer? How do you explain Ogunjobi? How do you explain, when you're a defensive guy and you have all this money tied into your defensive line on free agency? You got all these guys keep coming in. These guys that Trey Whites and I know they don't cost a lot, but it adds up.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a new offensive coordinator, I want to give him weapons. I want to give him something. And I can say, I have money in reserve. That's not where you don't like that. That's not working. Give me another one. Okay, let's go see who else is out there. Elijah Moore, he didn't work. Okay, fine. Miko Hardman. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, who's next? That's how it works.
Yep.
But when you cash strap yourself on Von Miller's, Stephon Diggs, dead caps, all these people dead cap, you can't do that kind of stuff.
Yep. James Cook told you who he was in 2022. He told you who he was in 2022. In 2022, he didn't start in any game, right? But he had 89 attempts for 507 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many carries he had last season?
Last year was it
207.
Yeah.
He had 207 carries last season. He's at 287 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, with 207 carries, he ended the season with 1,009 yards. Those 80 extra carries gives you an extra 532 yards. 87 carries gives you an extra 532 yards. When in year number 1 for him, 2022, he gave you 89 attempts for 507 yards. He told you who he was back then. And his offensive line play was better in 2022 than it is right now. In 2022, he had yards before contact per attempt, 3.7 yards. So his offensive line was doing a better job of creating space for him back then.
Mm-hmm.
Better offensive line, right? This year, he's at 3.2.
Mm-hmm.
So the offensive line is doing a good job. But let's be honest. Like, he jumps in 2024 from 530 yards before contact to this year 919 on 80 additional carries.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to say. James Cook leads the league in yards over expected at 1.3.
Yep,
leads the league in yards over expected. Puka Nacua, the red flags. I don't know, because I was a huge Puka Nacua fan. Huge. I was begging, pleading, please get me this guy, because I remember watching him. I think it was Utah State. He was going roughshod. He was going off. And what he was for me was he was a route runner. He was a sure-handed route runner who got busy when you needed him to. And that's what we sorely needed. We sorely needed him when he went to the Rams. I can't tell you exactly what the red flag was on him. I don't know, because I didn't have anything for him.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever meet with him?
I have to look it up, but I can get that for you.
What I want to get to here. Taquan says it's hard to believe in 2023 we drafted Dorian Williams and Justin Shorter over Puka Nacua. Puka. Well, I don't know. Maybe like all this stuff that's come out about Puka now. Maybe that's stuff that they found.
That's what I was wondering, if maybe they met with him or did some studying,
but then
the whole culture thing here is so big for their draft pick.
Yeah, because the stuff he's dealing with now, I can't imagine them.
He going bonkers now. But
yeah,
I mean that is what it is. I mean, he's about to be on his last. This is his last year of his contract, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Yeah, but because I'll take the headache on a rookie contract, and then buy if you need to.
If you know how to manage,
so next year is the last year of his
next year. So he's he's mad he can't afford to pay rent in LA.
I don't blame him.
Nah, I mean, yeah, he said
depends on where he's living. But
yeah, he's bringing in like $480,000 this year, and that honestly that sounds like a lot to us Buffalonians, but over there, no.
In LA, it's not a lot.
Not at all.
That's isn't that before agent fees and everything too?
No. They took all that out because I think he's like $1 million.
Oh,
but it's taking like 520 out of.
Oh, okay. So his net. Yeah. Yep. Walter says, I wonder if Cook has the Eagles circled because he heard all off season how he's no Barkley and worth 15. Oh, he's gonna want to show up Barkley. Unfortunately, Barkley gets to run against our defense. That's a good point.
And Cook has Barkley beat by 500 plus yards. So
I'm not gonna be in the fantasy playoffs to find out. I mean, Mac is kicking my tail right now in fantasy. So I'm probably not going to see the next round. I think Laura said in the chat she's pretty much dead now, too. So, I mean,
is there a way to bet an over on total rushing yards of both teams in that game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
that's got to be a high number.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a high number, bro.
Bet it.
Yeah. I would bet the under. I would bet the under because the Eagles' run defense is good. And the thing I worry about with the Bills is I don't think they're going to respect the Eagles' pass game the way that they should. Because I mean, let's be honest, the Eagles' pass game has been terrible all season, but they still got boys, and I worry about those boys against our defense. I worry about their entire offense against our defense, but I don't know what the line is going to be for this coming game, but whatever the line is, I don't think the Bills are going to contribute much towards going over that, to be honest. I think the Bills are going to have to, I'll put it like this. If the Bills have a big day, it's going to be because the tight ends tore up their linebackers that really don't cover that well. Like, their linebackers are used to being in zone. Force them into man coverage, ball game. And we are the team to do that. Our tight ends are the tight ends to do that. But
I believe Nakobe Dean is injured now too.
Man, do it. I thought that's what the Bills are going to do in this game.
What's that?
It's run the tight ends all over the place.
Yeah, they could have.
They should have.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody, Dawson Knox. I mean, Lindsay, I'm sorry you lost a large sum of money over Dawson Knox, but,
Get the running backs involved in the pass game, too.
Oh, you can't do that because James Cook dropped one pass.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, you look at Cook, he's second in the league in yards per carry, only to Devon Achane. He has 67 more carries than Devon Achane has, 0.5 yards per carry less. Tied with Jahmyr Gibbs on actually 80 more carries than Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's see, what other the fun facts can we find on Cook in his season, since I have this floor right now. Let's see. Yards per game. He's one of two guys to average over 100 yards per game still, and obviously Jonathan Taylor is number one. Average yards for attempts per game. He is number two in attempts per game, but that will change probably tonight. I'm actually interested in seeing what they do with Jonathan Taylor's rushing. Is he going to get the top dog yards again, or is he going to fall short of 87-yard marker to tie James Cook for the league lead? So this is going to be an interesting game tonight. I actually might watch some of it, maybe. Don't hold me to it. But I'm interested in what Phillip Rivers. Actually, I want to see 45-year-old Phillip Rivers play.
He's not bad, bro.
No.
When you see him, I mean, obviously he can't throw the deep ball or nothing like that, or run around or nothing. But yeah, I mean, he can still process the same. He can still, play the short game extremely well. And I mean, look, this Niners team has been kind of weird all season long. Like the games you expect them to play well in, they just struggle. And that Colts defense is no joke. And they're bringing DeForest Buckner back this week, so the defense gets a little bit of help. Sauce Gardner, I think, is still going to be gone, but I mean, they looked extremely good against the Seahawks last week too. So it's going to be a tough game tonight for the 49ers.
I forgot about Sauce. You can't call him Sauce in Indianapolis. This isn't a match.
What?
Just like no frills in Indianapolis. You can't be Sauce. You got to be Ahmad.
What do you mean? Indy is all frills, but the Indy 500?
Right.
The Combine?
I mean, that's my thing, but still. I mean, New York, Indianapolis. You get to be called Sauce in New York.
Barbecue sauce.
I know. But he's hot sauce. See, I said sauce.
Who said hot sauce?
That's what he has in his thing. Hot sauce. That's why he's called sauce. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
he can still be hot sauce down south.
Well, it's not Indianapolis, Midwest.
I mean, it's further south than most places.
It is, but I mean, I'm thinking like it just doesn't fit him like New York. The bright lights and bombastic nature. Those he's got to get pulled over a lot with them teeth.
Probably.
Cops are like, what the hell's that? Right. Open your mouth, son. I don't like it.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Is that drugs?
Let me see one of those. Don't come out. Oh, okay. You got to go down.
No, it's probably drugs. You got to take that out. Sorry. I need to see your real teeth. Those are probably drugs too.
Those are drugs. All of
take your teeth out.
But yeah, no. I mean, this is the year. Roy, you're going on timeout.
Why?
We only need Cook. Davis can be the back. Say how many people during off season. He didn't say it, but just saying that is like that's blasphemy. That get you canceled around here.
Roy, your whole theme song right now is this. This is your whole theme song right here, bro. This is where you live. Every thought you have, this is it right here. Yes. When you thinking, that's the music that's playing behind it. Just so you know.
I mean, Ray Davis honestly had slept on as a return man. They waited too long for that one.
For real?
Yeah, they waited too long for that one. He's getting busy.
So this is one of the things that bothers me about this team, and I know people, he's always complaining about something, but it's only because I know the potential of how it could be so much better, right? You know, and this is just based off of what we have, not thinking about replacing guys with other people. Like what we have could be so much better if they use it right.
Right.
Think about if they decided to run more of an air raid system with these receivers. Keon Coleman, for one, would be better. We know that With Joshua
Palmer.
Yeah, we know Joshua Palmer played in that system in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So we know he can play in that system, and he put up 800 yards in that system. Who are we seeing 800 yards from this season? Is Shakir even close? I don't think so.
He's on pace for 775 yards. He's on pace.
Whoopty freaking
100 targets. I think it was 100 targets, about 80-ish catches for 775 yards. Is it his fault? Not saying it is, but I mean, when you get a million, I'm laughing because we said, "Damn, Roy, they on yo." But when you getting all these tunnel screens and all this BS behind the line, I mean, 775 yards is pretty good if you ask me.
I mean, I get okay. So let's real quick the receiver numbers, right? Gabe Davis's best season under Dorsey and Brady, 836 yards, 7 touchdowns, 48 catches. Technically, that's still under Dayball's playbook, right? Because that happened in 2022. That's his best season. The most touchdowns he's had is 7 his whole career. He had 7 his first year. He had 7 his first year, and then he skipped a year, and then the next 2 years after he had 7. Khalil Shakir's best season, 821 yards, 4 touchdowns, 76 catches. I mean, Dalton Kincaid last season, or is it last season or this season? He had, let's see.
What?
673 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's 23.
Yeah, it's last year.
Last year?
I think that was last year. Let me just double check that.
Well, while you do that, I have some numbers on Khalil Shakir. How much he's starving out there. You ready for this, guys? So he has what? Right now he has 66 catches on 88 targets for 684 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay. Now, how about this? This is where it gets murky. He's averaging 45.6 yards per game, right? You want to guess how many yards after contact or yards after catch he's averaging? I'll tell you, 33. He's averaging 33 yards after catch. He has what is it? What do you call it? Yards after catch over expected per game of 9 yards. So basically, this guy he's doing it all himself. He's doing it all himself, and that's the thing about it. If receiver gets 1,000 yards in this offense, MVP. That receiver, yeah, probably.
Do you have his average depth of target?
I can get that for you. Yeah.
That was 2023, by the way. For
I was going to say last year wasn't that great, but 2 years ago was when he broke all the rookie records and all that stuff.
Yep. 91 targets, 73 receptions, 673 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got a better success rate this year, 65.2 versus his first year, 61.5. But again, 2023 was Dawson Knox got hurt. Kincaid had to come in. They weren't throwing the ball to Diggs anymore. Khalil Shakir got his bump. They were starting to throw to him from the slot. So it was really the Shakir and Kincaid show. I mean, look, my point in bringing all this up is there's production to be had if they ride the hot hands, and they have not shown a willingness or an acceptance that that's what needs to be done. And I think all of that happens in the name of everybody eats, right? You just who's the player you were just talking about? Khalil Shakir.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Dan, 4.1 yards average depth of target, 4.1 yards. And Roy, to answer your question about Shakir, he did everything. He ran jet sweeps, he ran outside, he ran X, he ran Y, he ran slot. Everything you can mention, he did it. And now they're not using it at all.
Right. And that's kind of my point. Guys that have had great success here, you just he's just one of the guys. What? Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you want consistency, if you want something you could depend on,
right.
It's not the scheme. Like, at some point, somebody's gotta be able to go into these rooms and say, all this artwork you got here on this whiteboard is not good enough to consistently win in the NFL every week. And it hasn't been. If you look at what has happened this season, and you look at how we've won games, I can't point to one game where the offense has just moved incredibly well without Josh having to break the defense down by scrambling and allow time for guys to get open. The Buccaneers game is probably the closest to that we've had all season long. And even then, no, he had to break away several times in that game. There's no timing and rhythm in this offense. None.
That's what people don't understand. They just see nobody's getting open, but why is that? Because it's all from timing and rhythm.
Right.
You're open, like every podcast you listen to will say, guys are open, but not at the right time. Yep. Why is that? Timing, rhythm. I don't have consistency. I don't have chemistry with the quarterback. Yep. And that goes back to, of course, I'm going to say it, them being scared of Hard Knocks. I really believe it's because they're scared of Hard Knocks. They really, I mean, what team do you know? And I told T when she made me watch it, I said, now I want you to watch Detroit or watch another one and tell me you don't see a difference. Because theirs is raw. Ours is so scripted. It was just like Embedded. It was just like Embedded, which is put up by the Bills organization. So you go to the old ones and watch those ones, the Rams, the Lions, and even the Texans back when, you're going to get a whole different product. It's fun to watch your team on TV, yeah, but at the same time, I want to learn stuff as well.
Right. I think at the front of all this, though, is people's nervousness about the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said before, I'm with Josh. A win is a win is a win. And if you're in playoff mode and all you're concerned about is the win, good. Just get it done. Because in the playoffs, it's going to take you just doing whatever it takes to get it done. And that's the only way you can move on. You're not gonna be able to rest on, well, yeah, Shakir can run this right. You know what was the other thing I thought about too? I was listening to the radio this morning and they talked about they were talking about Josh Palmer and how he hasn't been, that great and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, the routes that they have him running in this offense, there's people saying that he's getting open. There's people saying that he's not getting open, whatever. Right. But then I thought about why sit Gabe Davis and Keon Coleman instead of, I don't know, your seventh lineman or whoever else.
Who got to start over them? I mean, I don't even know who got to start over them.
Hardman.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah.
And he didn't even return a punt.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He did. I think I saw him one time, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This team has very specific roles for specific players.
Yep.
And if those players don't play, those roles don't get filled. And here's what I mean. When you look at the routes that Palmer runs, they don't ask other receivers to run those same routes. It's not next man up from that standpoint. It's we've already identified the strengths and weaknesses of this receiver. These are the routes that he can run within what we do.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought about all that stuff, it brought me back to what Sean McDermott likes to say. And he says this very innocently. I don't think he realizes how it could be interpreted. But he says every season is a new team.
I won't touch it. I won't touch it.
Come on, what you got, bro? I saw the look. What you got?
I mean, my mind's like, he says every year's a new team, but this dude says we're just going to keep kicking at the door, which means we're running it back. Like I just said, the math ain't mathing.
There's a disconnect.
We had a new team with the same people we keep bringing back. Well, even if it's not the same person, the same person. A new team is a new philosophy. The new team says this didn't work. We're not doing that no more. The new team is saying we need somebody that can do that. So let's get that. Not let's replace what we already lost. It didn't work. And that's what we keep doing. We keep replacing what was lost. It didn't work. We got to step outside our comfort zone and try something different. Because it's clearly not gonna happen. And it's on tape now.
Yep. I don't think it's a mistake that you go to Cleveland and have the game that you have when you stop accenting or emphasizing your best players. You stop giving Cook the ball. Now all of a sudden your offense is struggling. You put it on Josh with a hurt foot. And let's be real. let me just look at the camera when I say this. Josh's foot is bothering him. Okay, I'm not gonna because Christmas Eve falls on a Wednesday. I'm out of the house Wednesday. I'm not gonna be doing that the post podium conversation show. So when you watch the press conference for Josh Allen, and they ask him about his foot, and he says, "Nope, no problem at all. Nope." He says no twice, right? Anytime somebody does that in conversation, where it's a reinforcement, or I like to call it hedging the bet, because what you're doing is you've said no once, and then you try to qualify it with a second one that you think is gonna convince the other person that it is a definitive, whether it's a yes or a no, whatever answer you give. 9 times out of 10, if you see people doing that, they lack confidence in that answer, right? It's a sign of second guessing themselves. That's why they have to say it twice. It's one of those idiosyncrasies that people develop when they're not used to how they look to other people or how they come off to other people. If they don't practice public speaking, if they don't practice, all the subtleties of how they communicate, they'll easily give you that information right away. It's a clear-cut sign that Josh's foot was bothering him. You can see it in the game. His mechanics were different than in the way that he was throwing the ball. He wasn't driving from that back foot. The mechanics of quarterbacking, you have to be able to push all of your weight off of that back foot to drive that ball, right? One of the things that younger quarterbacks get too stuck in is that front leg gets stiff. They don't bend it, right? And that's because they're so busy pushing all of their weight with all their might off that back foot, right? Part of Josh's transition of changing his mechanics to have better accuracy was widening his stance, right? If you go look at his earlier games, he would do the same thing. He would push off his back foot. His front leg would his knee would damn near be locked, and wonder why the ball is not going where it needs to go. You look at his stance afterwards, widened his stance. He's pushing off that back foot, but because it's such a wide stance, it doesn't cause a bunch of unnecessary motion in the top half of his body, which leads to more control. In yesterday's game, I saw a couple of passes where you could see the weight shift in his body go to his front foot way too early. Before he's even halfway through his release, his weight is already shifting off of that back foot. He was in pain. So I'm saying all that to say, like, we can't continue to just behave as if Josh has got it. We've seen the breakdown happen all season. We've seen, to this point now where he can take a hit and keep going, but it isn't just business as usual. We knew it wasn't business as usual after he broke his hand, even though it wasn't his throwing hand. There's levels to protecting the ball with your left hand that he couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, the subtleties of the game matter a lot. And for Josh to be in the position he's in now, where he's got to be the answer in the pass game, or it just does not work at all. And then knowing that, you still don't say, all right, let's back up off of Josh and stop throwing so much and just give the ball to Cook and let's just run the clock out. Like, the thing you've tried to do all season long, just run the ball and run the clock out, you don't do against this team? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. We won the game. We should have won it by more. The way we played in that first half, you didn't need to change nothing. Defensively, maybe. Put a spy out there or something like that. If you saw that, dude was scrambling on you so much, let's fix that. Start rushing 5 like you did against Drake May. You know what I'm saying? On third downs, you consistently did that to do what? To keep him in the pocket. You couldn't do that against the Browns. Like, Shedeur Sanders wasn't wheeling and dealing on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pretty good, but he wasn't balling like that where you had to play cover. No.
You know what Shedeur's QBR is for the year?
What?
18. 18. His QBR is 18.
But this is the guy you didn't want to rush 5 on the way you did with Drake, man.
I'd have made his day hell. I'd have made him beat us.
Thank you.
Because what happens is Shedeur Sanders, even in Colorado, he was big on the short stuff. He was big on the wide open stuff. He was big on holding the ball, so he liked what he saw. And rushing 5 would have hurried up his process. And yeah, he would have dumped a couple of them off to Judkins or Sanders, the fifth Sanders in the game yesterday, whoever that guy was. Funny story. So Saturday night, I'm at my mom's house, and this does tie into the Bills game, honestly. But so
you could tell the story anyway.
Well, I'm going to, damn it. No.
Right.
So Kinsley, he gets full in the chest. Dad, I'm faster than you. I'm like, you're not. Yes, I am. I'm like, no, not yet. Now, you will be one day, but not yet. He's like, I am, Dad. Trust me. Mm-hmm. I'll smoke you. I'm like, that 9 Kool-Aid got you. You feeling real good about yourself. Right. He's like, let's race. I said, it's midnight. We'll do it tomorrow. Okay, cool. I forgot that I have to see how my body feels in the morning. So I get up, and Ken wakes me up. Dad, you ready to race? It's like 10 o'clock. I'm like, no, I'm not freaking racing. Backstory even for that. Guess what? So Friday night, I go to the airport, and I'm thinking I'm getting off. My regular time. It was kind of bad. We had extra planes, stuff like that we weren't supposed to have. And I find out we have a flight that's coming in at 2:55 scheduled. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Long story short, I didn't stay for that one, but I was there till 2:15 still. So I got home, I ate, worked on some things a little bit, went to bed about 5:30. Why do I tell this story? Mac's wife had her birthday on Saturday. T and Ken go to the house to celebrate. Now, I'm in the house by myself. Went to bed at 5:30. 10 o'clock, Ken wakes up, and he's screaming because he's always gay screaming. I'm like, dang, he loud. I looked at my phone. I said, okay, it's 10:18. Whatever. They're going to leave soon. When I tell you I woke up, it was dark outside. I was like, 5:41. Okay, so it's 5:40 in the morning. Where's T and Ken? What 5:41 is? It's 5:41 p.m. I'm so lost. Nobody wakes me up. It's like I slept all the way through from 5 in the morning to 5 at night. So that for us is Saturday night when Ken says let's race, and then I'm like, all right, fine. So Sunday comes, and I gotta go find my knee brace, doing all the old stuff, this, that, and third. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. So I'm finding my knee. Ken, like, you getting dressed? All right, let's roll. Okay, cool. So I get my knee brace on the wrong one. I get outside. Let's go. He said, so where we running? We running from here to there. Cool. He says, go. I'm like, you can't say go, so he has to come back. You got to count down. I counted down. Go. He haul-assed it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was surprised how fast he was. I took like 4 steps. My knee said, what the hell are you doing? My knee said, nope. No, sir. So I'm gutting through it. But at the end, when I'm trying to slow down, my knee's like, yeah, pop, crack, nope. And Ken's like, we tied, Dad. I'm like, yeah, we did tie. He's like, you okay? Like, he's asking me, you okay? Your system check? You bad? Should I help you? I'm like, I can't walk, Ken. My knee is in bad shape right now. So get in the house. 3 minutes later, guess what happens? Quinshon Judkins happens. Dude, I couldn't believe it. Like, when I saw it, I think I put in Discord, Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. I think he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
And then
he dislocated it.
He dislocates his ankle, breaks his leg. Because I saw it didn't look right when he was on the field. I said, something just don't look right. Mm-hmm. His foot is pointed the wrong way, but it's not all the way the wrong way like I'm used to when you break an ankle. But then I said something to Discord, and I said, I'm not watching because I don't want to see the replay. And Dorothy was like, they're not going to show it. I didn't even hear it, but she said they're not going to show it because I remember Napoleon Kaufman when I was a kid. Freaked my world up. Anybody that knows that injury, don't look it up if you haven't seen it. Because it's one of those deals where the knee bent all the way backwards the opposite way, like a hinge, messed me up, kind of like mine did. But I saw Judkins, I saw that brace. I'm like, okay, it's not the air cast. Maybe he's okay. And then I found some on YouTube. They're talking about this. I found a doctor who explained the injury. He had the video. I'm like holding my hand over the side where the video is, so I can hear him talk.
Yeah. And
as he's talking, I'm like, I can't do this. I turned it off. But I mean, basically what he's talking about, twisting and bending the wrong way and this. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. But I hope way beyond football. And Lori, you're going to hate me for this, but that impacts me far beyond concussions. That Because that, I mean, you might not be able to walk the same anymore after that. Like I walk with a limp, and I don't even know I'm doing it. I walk with my shoes are limp. It's bad. And the guy is like 23 years old, a rookie. You don't know how he's going to come back, and you know how the NFL is. It's a business. Here today, on tomorrow. He's a 4th round draft or something like that. So, easy to get rid of him. He's expendable. Yeah. And, I mean, my heart goes out to the dude.
It's Nick Chubb all over again.
Yeah, I remember that in Drea, Georgia. I remember that one on the sideline. My friend texted me like, "You don't want to watch this." I said, "I don't want to watch this, so I'm going to go ahead and change the channel." Yeah. Broken bones are better than broken bones are way better than torn ligaments. But when you dislocate a joint like that, especially as a football player, and depending on how his grooves are and stuff like that, it's propensity to come, because my knee comes out every once in a while. I have a brace, and the brace pushes it back in, so I feel it come out every once in a while.
You know what's stupid? It doesn't hurt unless I try to overexert my reach or like, you know what I mean? My shoulder, it clicks when I walk. Like just the normal bounce, just the normal everyday bounce. Like it feels like it's like so when. No. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I know.
You know my injury. So when it happened, I never wanted to go get it checked. Right. So I'm sure there's something that still disconnected in there or whatever, and whatever ligaments are not holding it tight, where it's supposed to be. But I deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong in there, but all I know is when I walk normally and I feel my shoulder just like bounce up and down like that, there's a click that happens, like it's clicking in and out of place or something. I don't know. That would probably hurt a lot more. I would know if it was like out of socket, but I know it's not supposed to click like that. I know it's not supposed to click like that.
That's just 41. We're good.
Right.
That's I just wanted to talk about that just for a second. That's tough. Also, well, what did you have?
Apparently Vu needs to talk. Needs Smitty to talk.
Well, damn, Smitty, just get your own show, man.
Like for real, like Smitty, just say hi to Vu right now, and then say it again before the end of the show.
Hi, bud.
Just to be clear, like we've given Smitty all the creative freedom he needs. He can say whatever he wants whenever. Right. So it's up to him what he wants to say. I've known him to be a kind of a shy guy, on camera and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, don't say it's us holding him back.
He's holding him so back.
Right.
Yeah, right. Roy said 12 years on, I still have issues with my shattered kneecap. I did mine at 15. It's never gonna. That's what took me out of basketball. My shattered kneecap. And believe it or not, I decided to play football instead. I couldn't play basketball anymore, so I played football. It was easier on the knees. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Let's touch on this real quick too. Metcalf suspended 2 games for altercation with a fan. He is just dumb. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
So apparently, and I know I mentioned this to you before the show.
That's what makes me laugh. That's why I laugh when you said that.
Yeah, so this particular fan that got hit by DK Metcalf has history with DK Metcalf. He I guess had an altercation with him at a Seattle game, which I'm not really sure how that happens because DK's never played for. Oh no, DK did play for the Seahawks, didn't he?
The guy was like Daquan's man. Fought him 3 times. He's like, you thought you were done with me?
Yeah, right. Okay, so that explains a lot because I'm like, yo, how did this dude see DK at a Seahawks game? And I completely forgot DK played for the Seahawks.
Yeah, he did.
But anyway, so this Lions fan, this is not the first time that he's had an issue or run-in with Metcalf. But Metcalf, he was suspended for 2 games. He did catch a fine too. He was fined. Shoot, where is it? He's fined $277,000. I'm sorry. The total fine for 2 games is $555,556. I'm sorry, $555,556.
That's a hard one.
That's stupid.
That's like that blue, red, blue, cat, blue. Yeah, it's like that.
Per game, it's $277,778.
I just want to see the comment real fast before.
Yeah. Yeah, Laura know. There's a reason he's with us and not with anybody else.
Yeah, Mike J, you should have played football. You wouldn't be working with me if you would have did it earlier. I don't know what you're thinking about. ought to be donated to the Post Podium Podcast. Sure.
Yeah. Take it. Take it.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, you got to get going.
No, it's fine. That was an alarm. That's my nap alarm.
Who says I don't get mad? Just leave Coach alone. All right.
Okay, let me do this again. Hold on. Let me do this again. There you go, Boo. Read that. Read that again.
That'll fix him.
There's a reason why.
That'll fix him.
Yeah, DK, that was wild. He went over to do. I mean, I've been at games where I've seen fans taunt players. I forget who it was. Shaq Lawson. I've seen, guys for the Eagles. I ain't gonna lie to you. When me and Matt went to the Niners game last year, that was probably the most fun I ever saw with John Feliciano egging the crowd on to throw snowballs at him because they were hitting his. He's like, "Come on!" And they're like pelting this dude. I guess he got called over to somewhere else. He's like, "I'll be right back. Hold on." So he left. Yeah. And then came back. Like, "All right, back. Let's go." He started throwing it back at people. Well, it's a real dude right there. That dude
is the greatest, yeah.
Yeah, he was excellent.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
McDermott told me I looked like I should be out there with his guys. Knew I missed my calling right there.
Yeah, to be fair, and Mike, no insult, Mike reminds me of Deion Walker.
Really?
I wouldn't mess with Mike. Mike is the nicest dude you ever meet. I'm still not messing with him.
Look like he'll grab you by the top of your head.
He would.
Anybody that can grab you by the top of your head and lift you up, like you just don't even say it. Just don't even talk.
Like, Key, come here.
Yeah.
I need help with escalation. What you need, Mike?
As soon as you get grabbed by the top of your head, anything I can do for you? So like, right. You moving away?
Oh, my feet ain't touching the ground.
Oh my gosh, you just lift up off the ground. What, can I do something for you, sir? Are you okay? What's going on?
As you can sit right here. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh my gosh. Anything before we start closing out?
What do I have?
I have a question actually.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, and this is for everybody in the chat. I want everybody in the chat to answer this. I want everybody in the chat to answer this.
Uh-oh.
Can this run game carry the Bills to the Super Bowl? And when I say carry, I mean passing game looks like it did yesterday type of carry.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because we keep doing the same thing. And I think James Cook has the ability to get one game, maybe two, but I don't think a sustained reliance on the running game could do it. Honestly, I don't. And I'm mad about it. I had to say that.
These comments,
Sandra,
nope, no, Roy, F no. Oh, we got one yes. Okay, Daquan said yes because we have more than one back. Yeah, I mean they really only let one run right now, and the other one gets in there. It's weird the way they've been using Ray Davis in the run game.
Yeah,
like the times that they put him in it's not even after they've run James Cook into the ground.
Right.
Like, it's just this is a good time to throw him in. Yeah, go ahead.
Like now,
like James got to go pee real quick.
Right. I've seen him be like,
why is he out there? Right. It's like there's no rhyme or reason to
he give him a pound and like he's staying on the sideline because he knows he's about to go right back, and he's like, one play.
Right.
Thank you, Mike. He gave me. Oh no, it was T-Bone. He gave me a credit. He said 40 keys are too big to be doned and picked up.
Yeah.
By most, yes.
Yes, by pretty much everybody. How you gonna top palm the head of a 6'6", 300-pound dude? How you gonna top palm?
I just move where he wants to go.
Yo, if you could do that, you probably run the world or something like that.
Got it.
That is crazy. Ain't no army stopping you if you can top palm a 6'6", 300-pound dude.
All right, Kratos.
Exactly. One-dimensional football game. I mean, I'll put it like this. I know it was a long time ago, but the Broncos did it. They did it with a strong run game. Mm-hmm. Who's the last really good team to like get that far with their run game being a thing? I mean, the Ravens. They didn't have a great passing
Trent
game.
Dilfer, Trent Dilfer. You talking about 2000?
Yeah, with Jamal Lewis.
Yeah. Was that 2,000-yard season? Or I know he had one, but
I don't think it was Super Bowl.
Not that one. Though. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I think for him that defense did a lot. I was so mad. I'll never forget that year. But yeah, no, that if we had anything close to that defense, I think we'd be fine. Wyatt Town King said, should the Bills concede the division championship to avoid the Tech? Nope. I'm not worried. Honestly, I'm not worried about the Texans. You got to play them smarter, not harder. I'm not. You got to play them smarter, not harder. I don't think, like you said, the Jacksonville Jaguars are clicking on all cylinders, especially with Jacoby Myers. But the Texans,
brave soul, bro.
No, I mean, honestly,
God bless you for that.
Honestly,
courage.
they have 4 guys that you know are going to get home,
mm-hmm.
and we try to block them with 5. Now, if you play them again, I think there are ways you can get around that. Like Dan said, Genty runs all over them. You know, if we can get that quick pass game run going with James Cook cooking and we got some chips, I think it'd be a different outcome because I'm not afraid of the Houston's offense. I could be wrong. I'm just not afraid of them. It's not like that Kansas City, like, well, just pack it in, Roy, we're done. I think you could beat them by being smart.
Their second and third string tight ends were looking pretty good too.
See?
Yeah. That's how I think you'd have to do it. You can't. But again, here's the thing: if you're chipping, those tight ends are not running routes. They're staying in and chipping. You know what I'm saying? It would either have to, because here's the other part of it. In order for you,
I hate this dude. I hate this dude.
Yo, boo, you got a new fan, bro. You got Smitty, you got a new fan, bro. I don't know what in the world caused this level of fandom to take place here, but we're seeing it right now. We're seeing it right now. Smitty got his first fan.
This is hilarious.
Wait until he hears what I have to say about McD.
You gonna say it before we get out of here? I
mean, what do we want to talk about?
Whatever's in your heart.
Real quick, give us your overarching thoughts on the job that Sean McDermott has done so far.
I think he has done a decent job of getting these guys to really buy in to his culture, to really believe in what he wants this team to be.
You setting them up for the fall. He's setting them up for the fall.
However,
here it comes. Here it comes.
People, boo.
I don't think that it is a winning formula. I think that the Jimmies and Joes are more important than the X's and the O's, and I don't think that the X's and the O's in this system are setting up our players, even if they were the Jimmies and Joes that we needed. That's my take.
Oh, dropping bombs on them. Dropping bombs on them.
I told you he likes Coach.
Still your favorite, bro? Still your favorite? Probably.
Still.
Just because.
I mean, yeah, the lesser of all evils. He said, thank you and good.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm going to leave the show on that note.
Boo is hilarious.
Yeah,
Boo is hilarious. Yeah, White Tones, there's no separation against that secondary. Are you sure the Bills want that? Honestly, somebody earlier said that we're a top-tier team. Somebody earlier said we are the team. So why are we worried about a secondary? If we're worried about a secondary, worried about a team that doesn't do exotic blitzes, then we're not the team. I lean and lend this to McDermott, to Bean, to Babbage, to Brady, to all figure this out, because that was not the hardest defense they played. Their offense versus our offense, what are we talking about? It's not even close. So I really do believe that the Bills should and could beat Houston.
I'm with you. Again, if they play it smart and use the tight ends accordingly, and again, what I started to say before was, if they go 13 formation, they'd have to chip with the running backs and Jackson Hawes. Like that would have to be it.
Oh yeah,
because you're gonna need Knox and Kincaid running routes. The issue with that, though, is if they wanted they have enough defenders to just put on your to put their corners on your tight ends, and then what you're gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You, in order to tie up those corners, you need to be able to run 11 personnel, right? You need 3 receivers out there tying up their nickel, tying up their 2 corners, causing the safeties to have to play coverage back so that you can tear the linebackers and you know whatever safety drops down to cover Knox and Kincaid. But again, if you do that, you can only chip one side, right? And you're essentially leaving either
Anderson or Daniel Hunter,
right? Against Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins. Like either Deion gonna have to hold somebody on their own. Oh my gosh, bro, this is borderline. Like,
hey, Vu, I'll give you this one.
I love this show.
Put the camera on you, but thank you.
If McDermott were to bring in a Ben Johnson type coordinator, I would give him a lot more credit if he could trust to hand the offense off to someone like that.
Yeah.
Because imagine what our team would look like if we had someone like Ben Johnson running it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cook would be even better than he is now. The tight ends would be going off, and Khalil Shakir would be in a Amon-Ra St. Brown type role.
So let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
He said, "When can I call it? Just call Smitty personally, all right?"
Smitty's gonna put his cell phone number out here
just
in
for
the chat
you, just
very shortly. So you just wait there for it. It's coming.
Yeah, real fast. Roy wanted to know what Smitty's thoughts were on Brandon Beane.
All right, let's go for it. Smitty, what you got? Thoughts on Brandon Beane's job overall?
Oof.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
I think that he is clearly under Sean McDermott. Either he's not making the decisions that he wants to make, or like he always says, he's okay making the decisions based on what McDermott wants. It's one of the two. Either he just can't figure it out in the first 3 rounds most of the time, or he's doing what McDermott wants. So either way, I mean, that's kind of an indictment. I wish that we knew what was going on more, but I'm a Terrence Gray guy. You guys have really sold me on him.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I like this comment here. It says Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, Jackson Hawes, James Cook, Keon Coleman are all game wreckers. What playoff team can scheme for them all? I will add to that, if used properly. That's it. If used properly, they are all game wreckers, 1,000%.
I mean, yeah, that's the sum of parts. I mean, none of them are superstars on their own, but they can elevate. Each one of them has a way of elevating. Oh, James Cook in there. Never mind. Out loud, just forget what I just said. One of those is a superstar. All right.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are sum of parts. And I'm getting blurry because it doesn't. Boo's doing stuff. Boo's like, set up keys, Smitty, say it. But no.
Oh, you might be losing a fan. You might be losing a fan. Uh-oh. You gonna take that $5 back, Boo? You gonna take he said Bean is ass.
Yeah.
Multiple S's. And the offense is apparently ass too. I mean, this is what it is. This is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
But I think to Whitetown King's point, the only way we're going to beat Houston is if we have James Cook cooking, if we have tight ends running on all cylinders, Josh Allen's healthy, and we take a big jug of Reed's tea. You got to have a Reed's tea out there, Houston.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, it's hot, even though it's wintertime here, there. I don't know what they do. It's ridiculous. But when you're down there, you need that deliciousness, the refreshingness. You're gonna sweat, but you got to stay healthy too, because Buffalo boys aren't used to the heat at this time of year. So there's 4 ingredients. I just told you what they were, and I don't drink tea, but let me tell you, that's a good drink there. Good for you too. What you doing? Head over to Reed's, get yourself a supply by the case or individual. Or would you get yourself an individual? Get yourself a case. You won't be disappointed. What do I know? See for yourself. Reed's Tea. Click the link in the description below. Let them know PPP sent you.
All right, it's time for BGG. About to get going. Look, hopefully I don't sound warbled right now, but we got to get going. I got to get my boy out of here so he can get to work on time.
Yeah, so, I made it with no time to spare last week.
So here's how it works. I need everybody in the chat right now, everybody that's watching, just give us a thumb. You ain't even got to subscribe. You ain't got to do nothing else. A thumb does everything we needed to do, right?
It'll show a football animation too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay, sweet. I didn't know that. Thank you. So give us a thumbs up. Let us know you like what you heard or like what you saw, whatever the case may be. That lets the algorithm know that, hey, we need to be out there a little bit more often than we are, right? Aside from that, go ahead and go over to HighMikeHighTech.com. If you're looking for any IT repairs, I mean, this guy has fixed PlayStation controllers for me. He built both of my desktop computers. He's repaired laptops for me. I mean, I go to this guy for everything. Like this, seriously, this is the guy that you want if you're in Buffalo or the surrounding areas and you need some IT work done. That's the guy you go and see at my man Rich at High Mike High Tech. And you can get him at HighMikeHighTech.com if you want to schedule an appointment or consultation, whatever the case may be. Other than that, we got to get going. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the All Truth, No Sodium Takes. For our producer, Schmitty, I am your co-host, Aramis.
And you probably can't say that anymore because Vu would kill you. For the Keys, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys on Friday.
Yes, see you Friday. No shows in between now and Friday. Friday, 5:30 to 7:30, we will be back. Thank you very much. BGG.
Yep.